So forgive me, as I did miss a lot of actors in the Avengers series. Robert Downey Jr., great actor. Josh Brolin definitely dominated that Thanos role. Chris Hemsworth, love it. Scarlett Johansson, love it. Elizabeth Olsen is one I forgot. She does a great job. That's a Scarlet Witch. Tom Holland, you already know he dominates Spider-Man. Paul Bettany, I've been a fan of his since, what's the name of that movie? Legion. Legion is one of the greatest movies I've ever seen. Matter of fact, I might watch that tonight while you playing. Benedict. Yeah, I'm gonna just say that. Stephen Strange. He definitely. I like the Doctor Strange movies. Anthony Mackie was a sleeper through this whole thing. He does a great job. Tom playing Loki. I like that. I like Chris Pratt as Star-Lord. Zoe Saldana. Man, I always say that shit wrong. Zoe Saldana as Gamora. It's perfect. Didn't know Karen Gillan played Nebula. She did a good job. I liked it Nebula in the end. Mantis, the lady who plays Mantis definitely did a good job. I did not know Vin Diesel played Groot. Never knew that. Didn't know Bradley Cooper played the raccoon. Those two great characters I like. I like Idris as Hemdell. Peter, that role as that character was, I don't know. I was like, well, I liked how Thor, was trying to motivate him to be unafraid. That's how I'm gonna put that. Pepper Potts, I like her movies, especially in Shallow Hal. Nick Fury, Samuel L. Jackson, he's a Jackson, shout out to him. Don't know who Friday is. I guess Friday is the lady who's talking. No, is that Friday? I don't know who is Friday. Hey, that's the voice of the Tony Stark people. I don't know. I'm gonna go over that, but I don't know about that. Paul Rudd, Ant-Man. But everybody did a great job. Tessa Thompson, I liked her as well. So I ain't want nobody to feel offended when I was talking my Marvel crap about certain things. Because everybody did a good job. Like I said, if I call out anybody who I feel like didn't do a good job, I'm just not a fan of how Chris Evans played Captain America. Chris Evans was in the movie Push, and I like that movie Push, but for the same reason they can't do a part 2 is the same reason I don't like Chris Evans. I'm gonna leave it at that. Oh man, rest in peace Chadwick. Missing anybody? Don't think I'm missing anybody. The girl who plays Captain Marvel is she did a great job at that. I like the attitude on that one. How Thor said it. The ancient one, Tilda. I definitely thought she was a real psychiatrist. That's what I'm gonna say. Dave Bautista as Drax the Destroyer, always hilarious. I'm practicing being invisible. I did not know Angela Bassett was. Oh, she was, because Black Panther. Yeah, you're right. I did know that. Korg is a funny character. I didn't like how in Thor they made, like how the hell two men hold hands and then a baby appeared. That was very awkward and weird. So I'm not gonna comment on that. But yeah, great job, Avengers, great job, Marvel, great job. Let me see if they list the creator. Do they list the creator? I heard of their names once. Can't really remember their names. But great job, yeah. Great job. Directed. There we go. Anthony Russo, Joe Russo. Great job, folks. Great job. Great job. The multiverse. That was excellent. Kind of upset that yeah, I was upset about this one. Kane the Conqueror, Jonathan Mayers. I thought y'all was gonna continue that. I was definitely paying close attention to that. And then we go to this movie here, Deadpool. Great movie. It's funny to me. I could always rewatch the fight scenes. This lady was funny in that movie. X2, beautiful, gorgeous, and exciting to watch. Channing Tatum as Gambit, nice. Blade, you already know, dominant, excellent. Don't remember Shatterstar. I gotta go back and watch that. Y'all can't tell me this lady right here do not look like Jean Grey. This lady look like Jean Grey. I thought this was Jean Grey. But then I went over it and realized the lady who played Jean Grey is a whole nother lady. Like, yeah, that's a whole nother lady. But they look so alike in these movies. And, Jean Grey. Definitely one of the most powerful X-Men, being the Phoenix. But all right.